Yo, what's up? The guys over at TheKitPlug were kind enough to send me a kit to use for this, and I'll have it linked in the description. Today, we're making a track like Gunna, or Lil Baby. I'm not sure yet. Either way, I'm going for a sound like Sold Out Dates. Sergio Giovanni Kitchens, also known as Gunna, is a rapper hailing from Atlanta, Georgia. Before Gunna began rapping, he grew up listening to Atlanta rappers like Outkast, T.I., and Future. Gunna started rapping when he was about 15 years old, just doing it as a hobby. In 2013, Gunna released his first mixtape, Hard Body, under the name Young Gunna. In 2014, Gunna became acquainted with Young Thug through a mutual friend and met him on the set of one of his music videos.
Wait, I know you.
But after that, they began to hang out at studio sessions. Unfortunately, their mutual friend, King Troop, had passed away in 2015, and Young Thug just kinda took Gunna under his wing after that. You know, I've got a lot of respect for how genuinely kind a lot of the Atlanta rappers are. Once getting his foot into the door with this rapping stuff, he was able to return the favor to another Atlanta rapper, Lil Baby, helping him out with his music. Young Thug really said, fuck it, Shadow Clone. Both Gunna and Lil Baby are having huge careers collaborating with huge artists, and Gunna was even able to snag a spot as a XXL freshman this year, during his freestyle when he said, I felt that. Gunna, like many other melodic rappers, tend to rap on beats with a heavy emphasis on simple yet spacey and vibey melodies and chord progressions. But the one thing that sets Gunna apart from his contemporaries is the use of guitar in his production.
Preparing the secret sauce.
To be honest, I think his best songs are the ones with guitar in it. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. But I don't have access to a guitar, and I'm not trying to get copyright claimed by sampling a real song, so I'm going to use a sample from the Aux Loop Kit by today's sponsor, TheKitPlug. The Aux Loop Kit comes with a ton of live guitar loops, wave loops, and MIDIs designed to emulate guitars. It's a really dope kit, and as of recording this video, it's on the free download section of TheKitPlug's website. I use this loop from the kit. I thought it was cool as it was, but I decided to slow it down from 140 BPM to 126 BPM and lower its pitch 200 cents. I also cut the lows out with an EQ and used Kickstart just to add a little bit of rhythm to the loop, and then I used reverb to widen it. That's it. I also wanted to add some higher register sounds with the loop, so I actually put the melodic bandpass preset from Fruity Love Filter on the loop, and then I recorded it into Edison. I EQ'd some of the highs out and then a few frequencies that were kind of harsh on the ear, and then I widened the sound with a reverb and stereo shaper. Now I can have both sounds playing at the same time and still have a little bit of variation in the beat. I only used 2 drum patterns for this track, and I just kept it really simple. One of the hi-hats I kept really simple, just playing on the first beat, and the other hi-hat I went crazy, I went stupid with it. Layered this up with a clap, a snare, and an 808, and that's pretty much the drums. For other parts of the track, I also layered a kick that plays at the same time as the 808. I also get a lot of questions on how I get my drums to hit a certain way, and I think this track is a good example, so here's a quick mixing tutorial. When mixing your drums, the first thing you want to take into consideration is the quality of your sounds. Bad quality sounds are just going to make a bad quality beat.
A lot of amateurs that I work with, or amateur people, or amateur sound comes from the sounds they're using. It's not that they're bad at it, it's because they're using a kick from 1974 that doesn't have any punch to it. Like, that's the problem. So start with the right sounds first.
You can polish a turd as much as you want, but at the end of the day, it's still a piece of shit.
Disgusting!
So if you start off with good quality drums, it's just going to help you out in the long run. For my drums, I like to make my kicks and my snares the loudest, and for my hi-hats, I usually pan one to the left and one to the right. For this track, I actually think I only panned one of them and I left the busy one in mono. It's up to you, I just thought it sounded good. Sometimes I sidechain my kicks to my 808, but for this track I didn't do that, so I just let it hit normally. Take notice of my overall volume. My beats almost never go past this section right here, and they never go into the red. And also, on my master channel, I know some people like to take the limiter off and put a soft clipper. I'm using the Nick Mira method, where I just use the standard limiter that's already on the master, but I turn down the attack, release, and peak window. And then I mess around with the loudness of the gain and the ceiling until it has like a nice soft clip sound. Gunna typically raps with a calm delivery and raps about his drip, usually referring to his designer clothes and expensive jewelry. Other topics of him, like getting money, women, and his rags to riches story, are also pretty relevant in his tracks. But lyrics aren't that important in the grand scheme of things. A lot of Gunna's tracks are just kind of chill and they have this nice vibe and they're easy to listen to. And one way he creates this vibe is through his melodic rapping. To aid with the melodic rapping, Gunna typically uses pitch correction. It helps him guide his voice with the certain melodies that he's trying to pull off. For autotune, I usually either use autotune or pitcher, but for this track and for my little Tekka track, I've been using Waves Tune Real Time. I just like it a little bit better than autotune or pitcher. It's a bit more responsive and it sounds a little bit more natural.
Yeah, make a few racks, sell on my shows. Hopping and sprinting when I'm on the road. Ice on my wrist, neck is on froze. Balenciaga from head to my toes. I got the drip, call me Lil Bo. So many zeros, I'm counting my O's. Look at the time, paddock is gold. Fuck with my slime, we wipe his nose. I'm screaming free on my dogs. I'm in the lamb like a law. Yeah, we got ties at the mall. Now I feel rich like a snob. Make a few racks every day. Yellow diamonds, lemonade. I just might buy the display. I got the whole game afraid. Snip, 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 finna chop that roof. I'm the Bentley and the Jaguar too. I drink Henny, I don't like Grey Goose. Hit it at the park with a ball named Roof. No little pumps, but a flex like ooh. Got that drip like I got that juice. Hit it at the trap and I paid my dues. Had me mouth when I'm in my coupe. Got a VVS, with the VV long. Got a heart on my chest. I'm a day got song. YSL be the best. Better change your tone. Them niggas never test. When I'm in my zone, make a few racks, sell on my shows. Hopping and sprinting when I'm on the road. Ice on my wrist, neck is on froze. Balenciaga from head to my toes. I got the drip, call me Lil Bo. So many zeros, I'm counting my O's. Look at the time, paddock is gold. Fuck with my slime, we wipe his nose.
Oh, you uploaded. See you in a couple months, bro.